I said all the English teams gone at them yard.
Okay.
And one of my bridging them drape me.
Yeah,
Arsenal is still in the competition.
Right, I was gonna say it, but
Jackie, I'm sorry, bro.
You want Arsenal fans come for me, and they already know I don't really like them, so. Right. So, yeah, good afternoon, guys. We'll have so many things to talk about today on the show. As Kareem said, Champs is next week, Tuesday to Saturday. So if you already know in terms of where we are. So which schools are going to be participating. So you want to tune in to that. We're going to be having a Champs roundup every day next week. So we'll see how that. So you can, during the news time, we'll have like a Champs roundup on a daily basis. What else? Yeah, so the Reggae Boys will be playing next week, Wednesday, the 26th, their first game against, or that's next week, Thursday rather, the 26th against New Caledonia. So, and you guys, yeah, so we'll talk about that. We had a chance to speak with the assistant coach after the press conference yesterday, so won't be able to share all of the press conference, but I'll give you just a synopsis of what Coach Speed would have said, and then we'll give you the interview and the squad that was announced yesterday. And then the last half an hour of the show, we will be talking about champs, and more champs. So send to me on the WhatsApp 9973125. Tell me which team are you carrying for champs. Tell me what teams do you think will win on the boys side or on the girls side. Right, the World Indoor Championship is going on. As Kai would have said, Champions League is on as well. One English team left in the Champions League. English Premier League is also on as well. It is a lot of things happening, okay? So just stick and stay with us right here on the family station. Of course, we go until 2 o'clock with Sports Talk. All right, so of course, because we don't got a lot of time this week, no time for the lele, so we'll jump right into things, and we'll start, of course, as we usually do, with what is happening in the English Premier League. So I'll give you what is happening in the English Premier League, and then we'll go to the results from the Champions League, and then we'll take things from there. Nicole says True Blue. All right. So, right. That is Jamaica College, right? Is that the truest blue? I'm just checking, Nicole. I'm just checking. All right. So, we're starting with the English Premier League. So we are now round 31 in the English Premier League. The round actually started yesterday, and it started with Manchester United and Bournemouth playing to a 2-2 draw, with Manchester United, they ended that game with 10 men. Brighton and Liverpool, they played as well. Brighton defeated Liverpool this morning, 2-1, and Fulham defeated Burnley 3-1. It is now Everton versus Chelsea is now happening. It's now the 37th minute, and Everton is leading that game 1-0. All right. And then for today, the next game that will be played at 3 o'clock, you will see Leeds playing Brentford. Tomorrow's games, Newcastle plays Sunderland, Tottenham plays Nottingham Forest, and Aston Villa plays West Ham. And I am pretty sure, almost certain, that Arsenal and Manchester City will be playing tomorrow as well. I think that game is at 11:30 kickoff. If I am not mistaken, I do think that's that game. That's the game that will be played tomorrow. I'm pretty sure. All right, so let's just go in terms of what the standings look like now. So Arsenal, they're still on top, having played 31 games, 70 points. Manchester City, they're in second on 61 points. Manchester United, they're in third on 55 points. Aston Villa in fourth on 51 points. Liverpool, they're in fifth on 49. Chelsea in sixth on 48 points. And then at the bottom, in terms of in the relegation zone, West Ham, they're in 18th on 29 points. Burnley, they're in 19th on 20 points. And Wolves, etched, can I say, at the bottom of the table. Etched at the bottom of the table on 18 points. All right, let's now go to the UEFA Champions League, as the English teams would have been in competition in terms of the UEFA Champions League. Galatasaray, they defeated Liverpool 1-0. So Liverpool gone home. Atletico Madrid, they defeated Tottenham 5-2, which means that game would have ended. Actually, I'm trying to find the aggregate score. I'm not seeing it, but yeah. Atletico Madrid got 5-2, so they are home as well. PSG defeated Chelsea 5-2. Or is it this? I think this is now the final score, right? 5-2 on aggregate, if I'm not mistaken. Real Madrid, they were 3-0 winners over Manchester City. Liverpool, they defeated Bayern Leverkusen. So on the aggregate score is 3-1. All right, so let me go again. In the Liverpool game, the aggregate score. All right, let's go this way. The aggregate score was, because Liverpool defeated. Hold on, Kareem. So that you want Liverpool fans and Arsenal fans to come beat me, Kareem? Because right. So Liverpool won 4-0. So that means that they are through also to the Champions League quarterfinal. Hey, Kareem, do not let the people them come and beat me. Anyways, Tottenham, Atletico Madrid, that ended 7-5 aggregate. With Tottenham, they won 3-2, but the aggregate score is 7-5 to Atletico Madrid. Then Manchester City and Real Madrid. Real Madrid defeated Manchester City 2-1, so the aggregate score ended up being 5-1. PSG defeated Chelsea 3-0, the aggregate score being 8-2. Arsenal defeated Bayern Leverkusen 2-0, which means that the aggregate score being 3-1. So it's Arsenal, Kareem, and Liverpool who are gone to the next round of the Champions League. Everybody else at home. Cool. Everybody else at home. All right. Let's also give you, in terms of what's going on in the Jamaica Premier League, to give you what is coming, the results from last week, and of course, the games coming up tomorrow in the Jamaica Premier League, right? So we're going to skip to Jamaica Premier League for a little bit. I'll tell you first the games coming up tomorrow, and then we go from there. All right. So the tomorrow's fixtures as it relates to the Jamaica Premier League. Chappaqua Maroons will play Montego Bay United at Turner's Oval at 3:30. Racing United, they will play Tivoli Gardens at the Fredonita Park at 3:30. Dunby Holding plays Malines United at 3:30 at Dunby Holding Sports Club. Waterhouse plays Cavalier at 6 o'clock at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium. And then at the Anthony Spalding Sports Complex, Arnett Gardens will host Harborview at 7. On Monday, there's a doubleheader at Drax Hall. Spanish Town Police plays Treasure Beach. That kicks off at 5 o'clock. And then Mount Pleasant plays Portmore United at 7:30. Kareem, the Liverpool fans are fighting also because, yeah.
Oh, I forgot about them because they lost their first leg.
Oh my God! Oh my God, Kareem! Why you gonna let the people?
Did they lose today as well?
They're gonna let, yes, they lost this morning.
Why are they talking?
Oh my God, guys! Forget about Kareem, please. I'm begging you, please forget about it because Kareem is gonna let me lose my mind in here. Anyways. Right. All right. Great. So that's what's going on. But for the Jamaica Premier League, I'm gonna give you the match schedule too for the Jamaica Women's Premier League. But before I go do that, Khadija Bunny Shaw created history this morning in the Women's Super League. And if you don't want a Women's Super League is, that's the women version of the Premier League in England. She scored a hat trick in 20 minutes. Homegirl scored a hat trick in 20 minutes. And boy, let me tell you, hats off to you, Bunny. We're incredibly proud of you. And listen, the girl is just doing her thing. The girl is just doing her thing. And I'm just like so proud, to score, to have just another thing behind her name in terms of history. Fantastic. All right, so let's talk about now the schedule for our Jamaica Women's Premier League, because of course this is match weekday number 3 for the Jamaica Women's Premier League. So let's go through now. At 1:00, Proven that game would have started at Carter Park. Proven versus Cavalier. Real Mona versus Uwe Mona, that's happening at Mulgrove at 3:30. Wi-Fi United plays Arnett Gardens. That will be the second game at Carter Park at 3 p.m. Los Perfectas, they will play Federal United at 3:30. Mile Gully plays Real Mobay at 3:30 at the Mile Gully Community Center. And of course, that Los Perfectas Federal United game kicks off at the Brooks Park in Mandeville. Fraser's Whip, they will play Swingers United, and that game kicks off at 3:30. And of course, in terms of the point standings, obviously only 2 games played so far in the Jamaica Women's Premier League. So it's 2 groups. Arnett Gardens, they're atop Group A, having won 2 from 2, and Fraser's Whip, they're atop Group B, having won 2 from 2. And Springers United, they've also won 2 from 2, but Fraser's Whip having a better goal difference. So, as I said, lots happening in terms of football. So when we come back from the break, we're going to be talking about the Reggae Boys. As we zoom in on the squad, we hear from Coach Miguel Coley in an interview, and then we'll catch you up as it relates to what's going on at the World Indoor Championships that's happening in Poland. And then for the last half of the show, I'll be joined by 2 special guests where we'll be talking about Champs 2026, who are the persons to look forward to, and just lots of excitement right here in studio. So you want to stick and stay for that. Right, we're going to go for a first break right here on Sports Talk. We will be right back.
Recycling Partners of Jamaica. Yeah, we got to make a change, and we have to do it now, can't wait for later. We put plastic in its place, and we all can agree that will be safer than in the gullies and in the drains. Recycling Partners of Jamaica. We put plastic in its place. A license, no matter about your class or status or title, got to be responsible and recycle. Yes, we have talk about plastic bottle board. You have to make sure say that the right title. So look for the triangle with the 1 R2. But that don't matter could I yellow or blue. You have to just make sure them empty, collect them plenty, recycling the video. So listen up Jamaica, I'm saying it's time to make a change. Recycling Partners of Jamaica. We put plastic in its place, and we all can agree that will be safer than in the gullies in the every veins. Recycling Partners of Jamaica. We put plastic in its place.
True milk from the farm, straight to you. Fresh, nutritious, natural and true. Healthy comes on the boardwalk land. Protein and calcium to keep you strong. 100% no blend, no mix. Just real cow's milk in every sip. From cow to carton, fresh and real. A wholesome goodness you can feel. True milk, proudly Jamaican.
This month end, tune in to Love 101 FM with me, Nadine Blair, from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. as we broadcast live from Mega March Portmore, Friday, March 27. Love 101's Nadine Blair plus Mega Mart equal exciting end of month mega specials. Join us at Mega Mart Portmore for the end of month mega specials, samplings, entertainment, and more. Don't miss the Mega Mart Portmore end of month outside broadcast. Come be a part of the mega broadcast with Love 101's Nadine Blair, Friday, March 27, 2026 at Mega Mart Portmore from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Mega Mart, best value by far. It's the season of Lent, the 40-day period of prayer, fasting, and repentance observed by Christians to mirror the time that Jesus spent in the wilderness and prepare the heart for the celebration of Easter. It's a time for a spiritual reset. Join us for our special Lenten feature, Renewal of the Mind, presented by Love 101 in association with the Escarpment Road New Testament Church of God. In passionate pursuit of the cross. Every day we'll pause to recalibrate our thoughts, find our focus, and fix our eyes on the ultimate sacrifice. Renewal of the Mind, presented by Love 101 in association with the Escarpment Road New Testament Church of God. Daily at 12 p.m. right here on the family station, Love 101.
All right, welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. I am your host, Kathya Davis. All right, so we're still on to football, where we are going to now focus on the Reggae Boys. Of course, we are playing in the FIFA playoffs that take place. First game on next week, Thursday, March 26th, where we will play New Caledonia. Coach told me not to say if, but when we win that game, our second game will be against the Democratic Republic of Congo, which we will play on March 31st. Having won those games, Jamaica will then qualify for, or when Jamaica win those two games, they will qualify for the FIFA World Cup 2026. And of course, the squad was announced yesterday. There were lots of talks in terms of who was or wasn't going to be in the squad. In terms of what Coach Speed said, he made it clear that they had done the work in terms of ranking the players, but pretty much like, having certain criteria that they were looking for. So must be playing in the top 20 league in the world. And if not, then you must be playing in the top league of the country that you're playing for. Then there was criteria of having played for the national squad before. There's criteria of how many, minutes you are getting in terms of games that you're playing, minutes you're getting, how effective you are as a player. So there are quite a few criteria that they looked at, having come to the squad that they have now. So let's just go through the squad. Goalkeepers: Amal Knight, Jamal Waite, and Andre Blake. Defenders: Ronaldo Webster, Amari Bell, Richard King, Damian Lowe, Ethan Pinnock, Joel Latibadair, Ian Frey, and Kyle Ming. Midfielders: Isaac Hayden, Kevin Lambert, Karoy Anderson, Tyrese Hall, Casey Palmer, Andre Brooks, Leon Bailey, Bobby Reed, and Dwight Merrick. The forwards: Bailey Ty Kadamateri, Jamal Lowe, Demarai Gray, Ephron Mason Clark, Ronaldo Cephas, Norman Campbell, and Tyrese Campbell. So that is the squad that will be traveling to Mexico, Guadalajara, Mexico. The team is set to have a light training on March 22nd, because there are some players who are playing today and tomorrow. So they will get to Jamaica by the 22nd. They would leave the evening, or I think it's the morning of the 23rd, and then to get to Mexico in time. Yes, so that's the team that will be traveling to play the FIFA Intercontinental Playoffs. Of course, we can highlight the absence of a Dejon Whisper Richards and a Kaheem Dixon and a Bozo Chamar Nicholson, and there are other players that, got Roman Borrell that got left out of the squad this time. And to be fair, I think this is a well-rounded squad. And we are just hoping for the best, praying and hoping for the best. Of course, this comes on the back of last week, Wednesday, there was a kit launch. So remember, I was telling guys about the kit about 2 or 3 weeks ago, right? So we had the launch in Jamaica on Wednesday, Adidas JFF kit launch. And of course, this agreement goes, it's an 8-year agreement. So that goes up to 2034. Now, ahead of the game on Tuesday, we just wanted to hear from Coach Miguel Campbell. So he's assistant coach, actually, Miguel Campbell. So let's take a listen to that interview. A few days away from important games for our national team. Here I have assistant coach Miguel Coley. And for my listeners, you know that I actually wanted this man to be the number one, but I'm fine if he's the number two. I did say I'll settle with Coach Coley being the number two. Coach Coley, welcome back to Jamaica.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Happy to have you safe with us, by the way. What was it like before you left? You were in Iraq, right?
Yes, I was in Iraq.
What was it like before you actually left Iraq?
Well, there were series of bombing about 2 to 3 hours away from me in Erbil, as there's a U.S. airspace there. So I was told that I need to leave. So I left.
Well, yeah, so we're happy to have you and your family back here, safe and sound. Looking forward now, stepping into this role as the assistant coach. I mean, let's go back to from you were announced as assistant coach. Is this something that you had looked forward to, working with the national team again? So when you got that call, were you like excited, or was it like, okay, have a national duty to do so? Let me just go ahead.
Let me just be very straightforward with you. At that time, is a call that I didn't anticipate, because I thought that the team, and I believe that the team would have qualified for the World Cup. However, getting the call, we had some dialogue with the president. Myself, my agent, and myself, we had decided that, look here, let us come back and contribute in a meaningful way. We are on the cusp of going to the World Cup. We have never been so close to going to the World Cup like this in so many years. So I think with my experience with the cadre of players and the technical staff, I said, let's go for it. And I'm here. No, it's not about me. Not about even my journey from Iraq to here. It's really going out there and get the Reggae Boys qualified for the World Cup.
Yeah, you spoke about your experience that you'd have had whilst in the Middle East generally. How do you think you'll be able to contribute, or what type of contributions do you bring in terms of having that sort of experience?
Well, strong discipline and mentality, and the whole idea of working together and helping the head coach to create that bond immediately, so that players can go there and give an efficient and a cohesive performance on the football pitch. Because that's what is necessary here. We can speak about tactical, we can speak about technical, but it's who wants it most, and we have to get the players in that frame of mind to really, really want it.
All right, great. Wishing you and the team all the best for the first game, of course, important, and then for the second game, of course. Is there, from your standpoint, I know President just spoke about the situation in Mexico. Is there any concern, having been 2 hours away from something happening in Iraq, going to Mexico where there's some sort of disturbance? Is there any concern for you personally?
There would have been concern, but I trust FIFA. I trust the JFF. I trust CONCACAF that they would have not put us. They wouldn't put us in harm's way. And my focus is on the football. I tend to be a very fearless person, but I'm not being naive or stupid. So personally, I'm really look at what is happening there. But I trust the FIFA, I trust CONCACAF, and I trust JFF that we'll go. Everything is okay, and we can go there and play the 2 match, and we'll be safe.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Coach. All the best. All right, so that was Coach Miguel Campbell. He's the assistant coach of the Reggae Boys team. And of course, as I said, the Reggae Boys have their intercontinental playoffs next week, Thursday, Guadalajara, Mexico. And the first game, New Caledonia. Second game, Democratic Republic of Congo. Of course, I tell you, that code speed reminded me that I said that I should say when and not, and take out the if so to the conversation. So I'm gonna follow Coach, and I'm gonna say that right. Also happening in Poland before we go to the break quickly is the World Indoor Championships. Jamaica so far has garnered 3 medals at these championships. The first coming yesterday from Jordan Scott, triple jumper. He came second in the men's triple jump. Our second medal came from, I see people talking about Mr. Silver King. Let me tell you something. You think it's easy to go anywhere and win no medal? Those people online, please have yourselves a seat. Right. Kishane Thompson coming second in the men's 60 meters yesterday. Another global silver medal. How many of you can say that? No, number 3, okay? He has 1 at the World Championships, 1 at the Olympics, and 1 at World Indoor. Yeah. How about y'all have a seat? Great. Thank you. Next medal coming from Raymond Richards in the high jump. 1 bronze in the high jump. Actually defended that bronze medal because he was in 2024 the bronze medal winner in the high jump as well. And of course, we're looking forward to getting more medals, I hope. I think we may have 2 or 3 more medals. I mean, it really depends on how it goes. I'm hoping that Jamil or Liston is able to get a medal in the 60 meter. Where the other medals are gonna come from, listen, don't put me on no spot. Just believe me. But that's what's going on at the World Indoor Championships in Poland. So we're definitely gonna be giving you the recap of that, hopefully next week. But next week's show is really gonna be full of champs information. So right, balancing everything. But yeah, so excited for the team. And no, our 4x4 team unfortunately got disqualified this morning. What happened on with the battle exchange between Delana Kennedy and Leah Anderson, I can't explain because I don't even know how that battle was changed in the first place for it to be changed in the way that it was. We are up on our second break right here on Sports Talk. When we come back, though, it's champs, and more champs. And if you haven't said yet which team you're carrying for Champs 2026, send it in the chat 876-997-3125 or send me a message on Facebook and or YouTube. Right. That is where we are. We're gonna go for a second break right here on Sports Talk. Stay with us.
It's tax time. There are now 2 due dates for filing final income tax returns. All personal income tax returns for self-employed persons, individuals, partners, and partnerships must be filed and paid by March 16. For businesses, corporate income tax return is now due April 15. All estimated tax return filings and quarterly payments remain due on the 15th of March, June, September, and December. For details, visit jamaicatax.gov.jm or call 888-TAX-HELP. Tax Administration Jamaica, working together to serve you even better.
Don't miss an outcry of praise, aligning the heart of the nation with the heart of the Father. Hosted by Deidre Wadsworth, ministry from John Mark Wiggins, Prince Sarge, Harry and Christ, the Emmanuel Speech Choir, and more. DJ Marshy Red, sponsored by Aftershock Studio and Publishing. Elect, Spicy Hill Farms, Gracious Pastries. Tickets resold. Adults 2,000, children 12 and under 1,000. At the gate, adults 2,500, children 1,500. Sunday, April 5, 6 p.m. Fellowship Tabernacle, Kingston.
Songs of Zion, singing on the mountain.
Every Monday at 11 a.m. on the family station Love 101, we'll bring you Songs of Zion. Yep, listen in as we'll share with you songs, stories, testimonies from Dr. Carleen Davis, and more. You're sure to be blessed. You're sure to be encouraged. Songs of healing, songs of encouragement, songs that will keep you through the week. Songs of Zion with Dr. Carleen Davis and more. This hour is brought to you by Glory Music. Every Monday at 11 a.m. inside the Morning Express with me, Nadine Blair. Songs of Zion, Mondays at 11 a.m. on the family station Love 101.
Just shall wipe away all tears from mine eyes.
Monday, March 23 on Family Time, join host Crystal Daly Thompson as she guides us into a powerful and eye-opening conversation. Living with end-stage kidney disease, dialysis, daily life, and hope. For many families, dialysis becomes more than a medical procedure. It becomes a new way of life. From major routine changes, emotional strain, to the hope that keeps patients going. How do families cope, adjust, and support each other through it all? Join Crystal Daly Thompson as she sits down with Dr. Eleanor Rivera and Dr. Maya Clark Kathya as they break down what dialysis really involves, how it affects daily living, and the support system that makes survival and strength possible. That's Family Time, Monday, March 23 at 5:30 p.m. right here on the family station, Love 101.
Every Saturday morning, things are keep. Roll call and assignment, no make anybody sleep. We have a secret to tell you. I will not tell you a lie here. Saturday, March 28th, something special will catch your ear. You can't guess and tell me what DJ I go do me dear. Make sure your radio stay locked on the love. Riddle me this and that. Better than sliced bread or anything you can think of. Come Saturday, March 28th, Saturday showcase when turn up the place right here on the family station, Love 101.
All right. Welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station Love 101 FM, and we're gonna be talking about champs. I think the biggest high school event across the world. There's none other than champs, none other, nowhere. And I spoke to a few athletes, and even when I spoke to Hansa Parchment in my interview last week, he spoke about the atmosphere at champs feeling even bigger than when he went to the Olympics and World Championships. That's how big of an event we have right here in Jamaica. And with me in studio is, I've never had her on my show before, and I'm so happy that she's here with me in studio. You've heard about Trackside with Mel. Yeah, so she's here. Yeah, so guys, yeah, so the thing large when Mel decides to come in studio and join. And of course, join me as well is my friend, events coordinator here at Love 101 FM and sports enthusiast Dane Brown. Good afternoon, lady and gentlemen. How are you both?
Good afternoon. I'm great. Thank you for having me on the show.
Afternoon, Kathya. Afternoon, Jamaica. I am good.
You're good.
Yeah, man. I'm ready for the champs conversation.
Ready for I'm so excited, and we're multitasking in the studio because if you know, the World Indoor Championship is also still going on. So right.
I have to keep one eye.
So I have to keep one eye open on one thing, and speaking about champs, but champs 2026.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of pundits out there saying it's gonna be a close champs on the boys' side, on the girls' side. Let's start with that conversation. I'll start with you, Mel. Do you think it's gonna be a close championships?
Well, last year, everybody would have expected Edwin Allen to win, and Heidel beat them with only 11 points. So I do hope it's close again because I feel like it's way more exciting when it's hard to predict. On the boys' side, no. I am not a Fortis fan at all. But I do think Casey is gonna take it one more time.
Okay, all right. Dane, your thoughts?
I mean, Mel said she's not a Fortis fan at all. So I guess I'll balance it out by declaring my bias, right? My over 20-year bias towards Kingston College. I think last year, all the pundits said it was going to be a close champs. I remember being on air last year talking about it, and everybody was saying it's going to be close. And it turned out it wasn't that close on the boys' side. This year, I think it's going to be a little bit closer, but I'm not sure if anybody's going to catch KC this year. On the girls' side, I think it would be great from a neutral perspective if champs was close, but I feel like Edwin Allen doesn't have any real challengers this year. It's going to be interesting to see how Hydel turns up, but they've been a little bit quiet from the start of the season. So
Right.
let's see how it unfolds.
And also we have to keep in mind that Hydel is such a small team. They only have
Yeah.
about 40 or 45 student athletes. Edwin Allen has almost 100.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a game of attrition, I think, on both sides. I think, and when you look at it, Edwin Allen, while they always have a couple stars that are gonna, shine at champs, I think this year, as it is with champs winning teams from most years, bar the 2010 Wilmers team, and some of those superstar caliber teams, it really is about who collects the most points. And I think both Casey and Edwin Allen are poised to do that this year on the respective sides.
All right, definitely. All right, let's get a little feedback now from the WhatsApp line as to who they think or whose team they're carrying for champs. So, Charmaine says Calabar and JC, and Calabar and JC on the girls' side, and Edwin Allen on the boys. Calabar and JC on the boys' side, and Edwin Allen on the girls' side.
Oh, it's confusing.
Suzette from Mount Friendship says one college, Fortis, and she sent that Fortis logo. Pastor Dawson says it's always about the brave may fall but never yield.
We'll let the WhatsApp line.
Elaine says Calabar for the boys, Edwin Allen for the girls. I'm not sure who this is, but the person says Calabar, green and black. Calabar all the way. Nicole says true blue. So I made Nicole clarify because I get confused with the blue colors, right? She says so. She says JC. Olga Wint says KC is her son's school, and for the girls, she's carrying Edwin Allen, and her third school she's carrying is Excelsior, the Eagles. I'm not sure who this is, but that person is Calabar. Patrice says she's carrying Calabar. So, right, it's a toss up between Calabar and KC, but we'll talk a little bit more. But in terms of events, because I want to zone into that so that this conversation doesn't get lost. What event are you most looking forward to, Mel, for the championship?
I can just pick one.
Well, I want you to. All right, let's rank them. Give me your top 3 events you're looking forward to at the championships.
Okay. I want to mention the Class 1 100-meter hurdles on the girls' side. Even though there is not much suspense, I would say, because Tiana Marshall from Walmer's Girls is the huge favorite for the events. But I'm still really looking forward to how fast she will go and whether or not she can break the record. I think she can. The record is 13.00, and she ran sub 13 exactly at Carifla Trials the other day. She is looking so good. She's super confident. She also improved her speed this season because she got a new PB on the 100 flat. So I'm really looking forward to that race. On the boys' side, well, probably the 400 meter, because I want to see Junior Gallimore, who is a past athlete of Calabar, who now moved to Hydel with Coach Bennett. And he will be running against Woods from Jamaica College as well as Mattison from William Nib. So these are the ones I would consider
that's
the
class 1 400
class
meters.
1 400 meters on the boys' side. I want to mention a field events as well.
Sure.
Probably the javelin, boys class 1 javelin with, well, it's an open event, I think.
No, well, yeah.
The class 1 are open.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
open.
It's open. Javelin's open.
So this is an event where I think we could also see a champs record being broken with Joseph Salmon from Jamaica College.
Yeah.
Having gone past the record already.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's
this
all about
season.
doing it again at the right time.
Right. Then how about you? What are your top 3 events that you're looking forward to at the championship?
Top 3?
Yeah.
Boy, that's a small number because this champs has a lot of really good storylines. I think to kind of follow in the line of what Mel was looking at, a race that I think all things being equal, there's one winner for this race. However, I think we're all watching the clock on this one, and it's gonna be the class 1 100 meters girls. The coach has come out and said, Shania Douglas's coach has come out and said he thinks she's ready to go sub 11. The record is 10:92. And I don't know if she's gonna get that far, but there are people who believe that she will. I'm definitely gonna be watching the clock Wednesday night to see what happens there. Because I think at the very least I think she can go sub 11, which would be amazing for a high school girl. I also have a 400 meter that I'm pay attention to closely, but it's a class 2 boys 400 with Dwayne Sharp from Calabar, who won at Kathya Trials, versus the defending champion and season leader, Jason Peter from KC. Both boys looking to go below 46.3 this year. Both boys, I think, have the talent to dip below 46 flat. But I think, and this is not my bias coming out, that I think Peter might be the one that might do it before Sharp does it. But I think both boys are two to really, really pay attention to for the future. So that's going to be a big, big event to watch. Also, I'm going to stay on the track with the class 1 boys 100 meter. I think after Kathya Trials, Raquel Reed put his name. I mean, he was always there if you were paying attention to what was happening in the season. You would always have his name in and around, but he stamped his class and set himself up as a favorite. The person who was coming into the season as a favorite, Sanjay Seymour, however, does want to have some things to say. A surprise for me, Nyon Wade coming third at Kathya Trials this year. I didn't expect him to be that far up, so I'm looking to see what happens there. Young Jamal Stevenson from Calabar as well in the 100. He has a point to prove at Champs, as we all know what happened to him last year at Champs with disqualification and all that mess and all that noise. So I know he has a point to prove. And with Calabar not being as strong as they were in previous years, I know he wants to make some big noise for his school. So it's gonna be interesting to see that race.
I feel like a lot of people would consider Raquel Reed being the favorite because he got the fastest time this season. But for me, it's more like Sanjay Seymour, to be honest, because of consistency. He doesn't have the fastest time for the season, but he ran in the 10.2 more than once.
Multiple times.
Right.
And he did it twice in one day at Central Champs. So we're really looking at a ding-dong battle. It's going to be who can hold their nerves the most. And one of the things I like about the 100 meter, particularly this year, is that the two protagonists that I'd say are ahead of everybody else, neither of them are necessarily chasing champs this year. So their focus is going to be on that 100 meter. Their coach's focus is going to be on that 100 meter. They don't have to think about getting points for their school per se. Even though we know Excelsior has their points goals and, William Reed might have his points goals, but we're not worried about that per se. And they can go all out that Wednesday night and really, really give fans a big show.
Yeah. Seymour also has the 200, which is actually his favorite event. But based on the schedule, he is able to focus on the 100 first.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to come to that. We're going to go for our final break right here on Sportsnet. But stay with us because we're still talking about the ISA Boys and Girls Champs 2026. We'll be right back.
Are you living on or in possession of family land? Do you want to sell or subdivide the property? Use eLand Jamaica to search for details on the property. You can complete a title search and verify the owner before you sell the property. If your name does not appear on the title, register the land or clarify the existing title in your name before you sell. A title is a notice to the world of your ownership of land. For more information, contact the National Land Agency at 876-750-5263 or 876-946-5263. The National Land Agency, one agency, one goal to serve you better.
Well, if you want buy appliances for your home with the quality high and the price low, get it on a Bashco. Get it on a Bashco. 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 For everything where you need. Bashco. Quality service guaranteed and a Bashco. Bashco. That gives you more. Yeah, Bashco. Get furniture for your house, then linen everything for your kitchen, rugs, mugs, and more at Bashco. The store that gives you more. Bashco.
This month end, tune in to Love 101 FM with me, Nadine Blair, from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. as we broadcast live from Mega March Portmore, Friday, March 27. Love 101's Nadine Blair plus Mega Mart equal exciting end of month mega specials. Join us at Mega Mart Portmore for the end of month mega specials, samplings, entertainment, and more. Don't miss the Mega Mart Portmore end of month outside broadcast. Come be a part of the mega broadcast with Love 101's Nadine Blair, Friday, March 27, 2026 at Mega Mart Portmore from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Mega Mart, best value by far.
All right, welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. Still with me is Trackside with Mel, Melina, and Dane Brown, our events coordinator. And of course, we're talking about champs, and more champs. All right, so in terms of the championships now, I know there is an ongoing conversation in terms of coaches and how they balance their times between schools. There is a particular coach, Coach Corey Bennett, coaches at Hydel. Hydel not necessarily chasing champs, but JC is chasing champs and he's coaching JC as well. What do you guys think about the optics? Because you're coaching two boys' schools, knowing that you're probably coaching an athlete that is probably going to take away points from a team that you're coaching that is chasing champs. Mel, I'll start with you. What are your general thoughts on that?
I mean, I was surprised that it's allowed to coach boys from different schools. I mean, I think it's okay to coach a girls' school and a boys' school if it's not the same school.
Which we usually see.
Right. But I find that quite surprising. I mean, Robert Miller and Junior Gallimore are obviously not aiming to win champs as a school because I think it's just 2 or 3 of them in total as boys in Hydel. But these are points that Calabar would have won last year. So, yeah, it's a weird dynamic, but...
yeah, it's quite interesting. Then your thoughts?
Boy, personally, make the cascas happen outside of KC. That personally, but I think I definitely think it's a conflict of interest. The truth is, you're not just coaching to win champs per se, but when you're coaching at JC, you're coaching at KC, Calabar, Edwin Allen, Heidel girls particularly, you're going after champs. That's the whole point, right? That's the whole point of those programs. And we don't have to beat around the bush when it comes to those programs. That's the aim. So I don't see how you could be coaching another team to take points from your guys. And I mean, you look at somebody like Junior Gallimore. Michaelan Woods was the season leader up to Carifta Charles.
Yeah.
Right? And now that's Junior Gallimore. That's points off JC. The number 2 in the season was Omari Robinson, another JC stalwart. Right? That's points off JC again. I know they'd have been penciling down, if not 16, at least double-digit points in the Class 1 400.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's present again.
Yeah.
Right? So that might be an issue for JC. But I know the head of JC's program, Ian Forbes, their manager, team manager, must have thought through that when they brought in Corey Bennett. He's one of several coaches that they brought in. I know Dwayne Johnson, their head coach, is no slouch. So they must have thought through what the repercussions were. Everybody heard that some boys from Calabar left and went to Heidel. So, you know, it's not difficult to know that these things are happening from before.
Yeah.
So it's just up to them to decide what they want to do. I don't think it would have been tenable if I was in charge of the program, but I'm not in charge of the program, so
yeah. Well, to be honest, I don't think it would have been tenable at any other school. If we're being honest, I don't think any other boys' school, whether chasing champs or not, would have allowed that. But yeah, all right. Continue on now with the conversation, because this has been happening post-COVID. The 100 meters on a Wednesday. Having now seen it for 4 years, going into the 5th year, what are your thoughts? Should the 100 meters stay on the Wednesday, or should we revert to having the 100 meters on the Friday? Mel, you've been around. I don't know if you were around post.
Actually, 2020 should have been my first champs, but of course, COVID happened, so it got cancelled. 2021, I did not get accredited, so I watched it on TVJ, and 2022 would have been my first one.
Right.
In 2022, was it still on the Friday? Or was it on
moved to Wednesday?
Right.
It had moved to Wednesday.
So I never experienced champs at stadium with the 100 meter finals on the Friday. But I still have an opinion on the matter.
Sure.
I think it's way better for the student athletes, because you see a lot of them doing so well at the junior level, being superstars, very young, running crazy times that some senior athletes don't even run. Getting a lot of attention, bringing a lot of points to their school, etc. And then nothing happens for them a few years later. So I think you also have to think long term and not just what's going on during champs. Yes, the fans and the coaches are really focused on champs, but you also have to think about the individual interests of the athletes. So for them, in terms of recovery, especially for those doing the 100, 200, and 4x1, 4x4 as well sometimes, you don't want them to be running too much in the same day. So I prefer the new schedule, but I wish more people came to stadium on the Wednesday.
Yeah, definitely. Dane, your thoughts quickly?
Yeah, part of the issue with the schedule change is that Fridays generally people take off from work earlier,
and the schools come to the city.
Schools come in. I mean, I remember years. Casey has a tradition of marching down to the stadium on the Friday. We're there from Friday morning, and most schools by midday.
Most schools by midday, because most schools they close.
Right.
Schools don't keep on the Friday of champs. You don't really have no class. You just go bill.
So they're coming in now to champs. So your team, your classmates are there. Your parents come out. Your friends come out. The whole the whole vibe happens now, and it's culminating on that 100 meter, the big show. Big conversation. And Issa is going to miss that. Issa is missing that with the 100 on the Wednesday. But it can't fight something that's better for the student athletes, as you say. I think we need to figure out a marketing plan that brings more people out on the Wednesday, because truth be told, post-champs, post-COVID, we've had some hundreds that have been spectacular, right?
Yeah.
Some competitions on that Wednesday night that have been better competitions than we've ever seen.
The first sub 10 and the first sub 11 within 10 minutes.
Within 10 minutes of each other. Amazing running that's happening. So the speed is there, and we have the opportunity for big speed. Two guys going 10-1 this year. Shania Douglas running 11:06. Like, it's like the times are there, right? So the entertainment is there, but we're not getting the people to come out on the Wednesday. We're not making it marketable enough to say, hey, let us do something to bring the schools out on the Wednesday night. Let us do something to bring people out on the Wednesday night. More than just saying, hey, there's 100 meter, come watch it. But I can't fight the Wednesday night thing, because it does allow, one of my favorite events is actually the 200, and it gives the 200 more space when the sprinters have the chance to relax. And then, because we've also moved the 400, they give the 200 more breathing room, so those who are dropping down and those who are stepping up have more breathing room at the 200 to really execute.
All right, yeah. So, I mean, and as I said, it is an ongoing conversation. I really hope this year, especially because the proceeds from the bleachers tickets on Wednesday will be going back to the Western schools. So I'm hoping that some sort of thing is pushed towards getting maximum support for that.
And I'm sure more could be done by ISA, for instance. I don't know, like bringing some popular artists to perform very quickly before the finals. I don't know if that's kind of stuff is possible, or keep doing more and more marketing, but they've been doing better.
Yeah,
I like their social media presence this year.
It has been increasing.
But,
much better.
Right. But I think it should remain on the Wednesday, but try and find solutions to have way more people at stadium.
All right. As we wrap up the show for today, I will use the final minute or so to talk about what I know I spoke about the events, but what about the championship this year? Or maybe I should do this. Who are you expecting to win the championship? I mean, okay, let's get your top three, because I know the winners are clear cut, but let's see in terms of prediction who you guys think are going to come second and third on both sides. Then I'll start with you.
All right. So the boys' side, I'm going to say Kingston College, right? Jamaica College. Kingston College first. Let's get that out of the way. Jamaica College, and then I really have a toss-up between Calabar and St. Diego. I'm going with Calabar because of experience, but St. Diego is going to get a run for their money this year. On the girls' side, on my paper, I have written down Ellen Allen home with Heidel, but I'm hesitant on Heidel, and I have Immaculate as a dark horse to look out for, because they have good attrition in terms of points that could allow them to score heavily enough without being stars.
All right, Mel, your top three, both sides.
On the boys' side, I'm going to say the same: KC, then JC, then Calabar. On the girls' side now, Edwin first, Heidel second, and for third, I said Holmwood the other day, but I think I changed my mind to Immaculate, because the more I think about different events, the more I'm like, yeah, these points, based on what I saw at corporates, I think there are a lot of points that Immaculate can grab, and they're looking so good this season. So top 5 for sure. It would still be a surprise if they're third, but I think it is possible.
Yeah. I really think the Wolves from Constant Spring will be barking loudly come next week, and I think they would have taken their experience of the years before and this whole thing of point attrition, so getting a maximum point. I think they've now looking to develop that culture, and they've actually used that to win corporate area champs in my estimation. So I'm seeing, I think I agree with both of you. Let me just give my predictions now. I think it's gonna be on the boys' side, KC, then JC, then Calabar. maybe St. Jago, depending on what team for St. Jago shows up. All right. Then on the girls' side, I do have Edwin Allen winning. I actually in my book, because I know Heidel is only coming with half of their team, or that has been said, I actually have Homewood coming second and Immaculate coming third.
Interesting.
That's where I'm at. But thanks so much, Mel. Thanks so much, Dane, for joining us. I don't know if we'll get a chance to do a post champs next week, but we'll definitely try to do it the following week.
Right.
Because of course next week we're gonna be at the stadium. So we'll definitely try to do a post champs the following week. But thank you both for being here. This has been Sports Talk right here on the family station Love 101 FM. We do this every Saturday between the hours of 1 to 2 p.m. Nicole says, big up Mr. Dwayne Johnson. That is a head coach at JC, but it would be remiss of me. Mr. Richard Smith, good afternoon, sir. I hope you're doing well. All the best to you and the boys.
Big coach,
next
most
week,
underrated coach at Chaps.
If you don't know Richard Smith, he is the head coach at Kingston College, and we did have a good conversation at the media launch for Chabs. And yeah, big up Coach Smith, and big up to your assistant, Mr. Harriet, that's the admin person for the KC track team. Big ups. I just want to say that because, I don't want nobody to come fight me. So there is your big up. Can't say I didn't do it. All right. Have a good rest of the Saturday, everyone. And of course, listen out for the Champs Roundup in our news broadcast, or every day next week. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And of course, we'll have a special Champs Roundup on Saturday for Sports Talk, as I'll be at the National Stadium. It's been a wonderful show. Kareem has come back because he's running me and I'm way over the time, but I can do, I don't see no dead people, so I can do what I want to do. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.